Hello, podcast listeners. We know podcasts are a great way to catch up on a program that you may have missed on KSJE, and it's provided as a free service of this radio station. But you know, KSJE is now listener-supported, and so while you enjoy this podcast, we hope that you'll also take some time to join KSJE. Become a member today. It's quite easy to do. Just go to our website at ksje.com/support and pick the level of support that best matches your budget. Thanks again for listening. Here's your podcast. 12 minutes past 8 o'clock. It is Tuesday morning, the 20th day of May, 2025. Good morning, everybody. I'm Scott Michlin. Thanks for tuning in to KSJE, 90.9 FM over the air here in San Juan County, New Mexico. In Durango, Colorado, we're broadcasting at 103.3 FM. And if you're listening to my voice anywhere else on the planet, you're probably listening to our website, streaming all the time from ksje.com. Welcome also to our viewers this morning. The video of this program is streaming out live to our KSJE Facebook page and also to our YouTube channel. So welcome aboard, everyone. So glad that you've joined us this morning, because coming up, we are getting a year-end update from the Aztec Municipal School District. Lots of things going on with Aztec schools. It's graduation season, of course, but there's much more to talk about, so stay tuned for that coming up in the next few moments right here on KSJE this morning. And then later on, of course, as we do on Tuesdays, we'll check in with the Farmington Regional Animal Shelter. We'll introduce you to a couple of pets who are looking for their forever homes this week. Stay tuned for that coming up this morning at 8:50 a.m. right here on KSJE. Then, of course, Mick Hess will take over the studio, our weekday classical music program, Roving with the Arts, 1 hour from now at 9:06 on KSJE. You can also connect with us on X and Instagram in addition to Facebook and YouTube. And if you're a podcast listener, you can subscribe for free to KSJE podcasts. They're available at places where you're probably already listening to podcasts. So check it out and maybe discover a new local program that you may have missed recently. Outside our studios here at San Juan College, it's a sunny Tuesday morning, 46 degrees at the moment. We're expecting more sunshine today and more warmer temperatures, the high 67 in Farmington. Still a little breezy. We could see gusts about 30 miles an hour this afternoon. Clear skies tonight, the low 43, sunny and warmer again tomorrow with a high of 76 on Wednesday. Sunshine 83 by Thursday and Friday. Cooling off just a bit on Saturday. Sunny and 80 degrees on Sunday, and again 78 degrees with sunshine for Memorial Day. So it looks like a couple nice days coming up, which is always appreciated. I'll be back with my guests from Aztec Schools right after this on KSJE. KSJE is supported by San Juan Regional Medical Center. The most important ingredients to sustaining health and wellness are the resources and tools that help you live a vibrant and healthy life. At San Juan Regional Medical Center, the goal is to promote health by making sure those resources are available. Find the path to the best life at lifebetterhere.com. San Juan Regional Medical Center. Better is our mission, improving lives through personalized health and care.
Life is all about getting from one place to another, from home to work, between school and the store. But what if you don't know exactly how to get there? That's where the Navigation Center can help. Maybe you've lost vital documents, need help with housing, or can't find a medical provider. Located inside Presbyterian Medical Services at 1001 West Broadway, the Navigation Center can help you navigate life's challenges. The San Juan County Navigation Center, connecting to resources, empowering lives.
I'm back in Studio A with my guest this morning, as I mentioned, from the Aztec School District. Always great to have her here. Superintendent Lauren Laws is joining us this morning. Welcome back to KSJE. Great to have you here.
Good morning. Thanks for having us.
You bet. And you've brought a couple of principals with you this morning that I want to introduce, so let me do that as well. Joining us from Park Avenue Elementary School, the principal there, Jessica Saldzinski is here. Good morning.
Good morning.
Welcome. Thank you for being here. And the principal from Aztec High School is Charda Sanders is here this morning. Charda, good morning to you.
Good morning.
Thank you both for coming in, as well as Superintendent Laws. Great to have you all here. And let's start with the superintendent about the end of the school year. Things are wrapping up. We were talking about graduations, and that's a busy week too for you, right?
Yes, it's a very busy week. Yesterday we had our senior grad walk, so they went through all of the elementary schools, middle school, which I think is a favorite
right.
of Staff as well, right? I saw a post on Facebook of one of the elementary teachers that was just so happy to see previous students graduating. So that was a biggie. We have our kindergarten graduation today, so both schools will come together for a kindergarten graduation at 8:30.
Okay.
And then we have Vista Nueva High School's graduation is this evening at Connie Gotch Theater
Right
here
here,
at Salem
yeah.
College. Yes.
Excited to host that. Very
Uh-huh.
good.
And then Aztec High School will be tomorrow night. So,
Okay.
yes, very busy week for us.
Busy, no
Yes.
kidding. Very true. And so as the school year comes to a close, and I know we'll talk to the principals too about some of the things going on in their respective schools, but how do you see things from a district perspective? How are things wrapping up?
Very well. It's very busy. It always is this time of year. You're wrapping up the year and trying to plan for next. So we're seeing some great things. I'm excited for both of these ladies to share some celebrations of the year. But we're looking forward to finishing the year strong, and then we're already planning for next. So we have planning for Capturing Kids' Hearts that we're looking at right now for our beginning of the year kickoff with staff, and we'll bring in some students for that. So yeah, it'll be busy.
Very good. Okay. Good to know. And we talked a little bit before. I know a lot of other districts are talking about this as well. The state legislature talking about a cell phone policy with districts across the state, and that's no different for Aztec. You're working with your school board for policy district-wide?
Yes, we are. Yesterday we had a cell phone committee meeting, and we brought in some administrators, some community members, parents. We only had one student show up. A few more, we invited a few, but just one came. And who else? Directors, just a variety of people to talk about. I sent out a survey to the community. We had 455 responses, which we thought was decent.
Right. It seems like it is, yeah.
So, varying opinions on whether or not cell phones should be taken per se. So ultimately, they have to, during instructional hours, be put away in some way, shape, or form. So the committee talked about just ways that we'll do that, even if it's something as simple as having kids keep them in their backpacks, out of sight, out of mind kind of
Right.
thing,
Okay.
during instructional hours. So we will take a policy to our policy committee in the next week or so, take it to our board in June for a first read, and then hopefully get that approved in July. And then we have an admin retreat in July, so we'll work with our administrators then to kind of formalize our processes on the school end based on policy.
Gotcha. Okay. So if parents are listening to us this morning and still have a feeling about this proposed policy either way, they can still reach out to either your office or the school board member, I guess, to
They
let
can.
that be known?
Yeah, they can reach out to my office, definitely. We want to hear their opinions, and then we're going to do some front loading, I guess. The committee was very strong, and Ms. Sanders has some great stats just regarding cell phones, but just to kind of build an understanding of the why behind what's happening.
Right.
So that, everyone can be supportive of it, hopefully, and we'll work together to figure it out.
Okay, sounds good. And that sounds like a great transition to our other guest.
Yes.
So thank you for that, Principal Sanders. Let me come to you to talk a bit about this issue, but others too, things that are going on in your school. What's some of the data that you have about cell phones?
Yes, sir. I have a very passionate teacher who is really good at gathering information. And so from the information that we've seen, depression and anxiety have increased over 100% since cell phones have been prominent within our communities. And also, and this is one that I was taken off, just didn't realize it was going to happen, is that even if you don't look at your phone, if you have a notification come in, it takes you 20 minutes to get back to focus. So for all of those reasons, that's why we want to do what's best for kids and make sure we have a really strong policy so that our kiddos can make sure that they have a good learning environment, but also mental health is important.
Gotcha. Got it. And I guess some of those issues that you mentioned is just because of some of the messaging, I guess, that comes through their phones and things like that, or some of the bullying that we hear that maybe happens through phones and social media. Is that kind of what contributes to what you were saying about that increase?
It is a lot of that, right? It's a lot of it's isolation. Students are not engaging with each other as much, except for on that platform. And I don't know that I think everybody knows that people are more brave to say something over social media than they are to say it in person, and a lot of times those are hurtful words. So I'm just looking at being able to really have our students have the opportunity to have that put away and really have a beneficial, positive learning environment is what we're aiming for.
Got you. That I understand. So thank you for the clarification.
Yeah.
That's great. And tell us some of the other things that are going on at Aztec High School then. What are some of the other celebrations that you're doing at the end of the school year?
Yes, sir. We are definitely very excited about graduation. We have 140 graduates and lots of different things that they're going to. We're able to just meet this week with Khan Academy, we've partnered with, and Aztec High School will pilot an ELA assessment piece for them. So we're pretty excited about that and our supports that we've had with Khan Academy. And then we also were named as a rising star for capturing kids' hearts with all of the different supports we've had in really building our culture this year.
Nice. And explain to me and the audience a little bit what that means. We've talked about the Capture Kids' Hearts program with Superintendent Laws, and so this is something with a new school that's doing this program and how it's getting across to all of your students and staff?
Yes, sir. And high schools in general are a little harder, especially with a comprehensive high school. Has about 650 students, and just being able to really look at positives across the school.
You're telling me teenagers are hard to convince to do something? I'm shocked.
Well,
I tell you.
sometimes it's not the kids. Sometimes it's the adults,
I
right?
see.
We have a
Okay,
hard
all
time.
right.
So we really turned on the positive. We started positive office referrals where it's super simple. The students or the teachers will fill out one for a student. I call them over the intercom. They think they're in trouble, and I'll be like, "You got an office referral. It's a positive one." And so they get really excited. I give them like a sucker, and they sign their name on something to put on a bulletin board. For Easter, we have a bunch of good eggs. Just something very simple.
Right.
And they get a sucker. And it's been awesome, though, because I see them posted online. Their parents post them, or they're in the front of the kid's notebook. They treasure that positive comment from a teacher that has seen them do something good. And we do it for our teachers too. We have staff shout outs, and I generally walk around with pastries and hand out those shout outs. So it's kind of a fun opportunity to really celebrate what good things our teachers are doing too.
Nice. Very good. And it doesn't take a lot of time or effort, it sounds like to me. It's something that could be done and just can be part of the day, but it has a lot of ripple effects, I guess, right?
Definitely, yes, sir. It is an investment in a little bit of time, but definitely worth it in the long run. So we're really looking towards having positive incentives for our students and building that culture, and we've seen a good result with it this year.
Nice, very good. And Superintendent Laws, I guess that's part of the whole point behind this program, is it not? To try to get into the schools and remind students of some of the positive things that they're doing and reinforce that positivity?
Very much so. I think, like Mrs. Sanders said, with both staff and students, right? Just reminding everyone of why you're there and building off of those positive things that are happening each and every day. Because we don't always point it out, and it's easy to just not take the time to do so, but I think taking the time to do so definitely helps build capacity. So
Sure. Very true. Very true. Certainly point out some of the negative things, unfortunately, when those happen too. So it's nice to see the other side of that coin.
Exactly.
So that's great. Very good. Some other things going on at the high school these days we should know about too?
Definitely. We across the state, we have a graduate profile. So part of that Capturing Kids' Hearts positivity is really tying together our Aztec 8 commitments within that graduate profile. So kind communicators, innovators, and so forth. And we also tie that in with our work-based learning program. So this year we had 93 interns from our high school that went into the community, both Farmington and Aztec, and I believe Bloomfield, and were able to get paid internships to work with different community members. We worked with a total of 76 different community partners. Going to give a shout out to Catherine Olson, who really heads up that program, along with Brian Dowdy, our CTE director, and they just do wonderful things for kids. They have exhibitions at the end of it where they tie in and talk about what commitments, what one of those Aztec 8 they really learned about during their job, and it's really a great experience for our students to come away from having oh, I want to be a doctor, or medical field's not for me, I'm going to try something different. So it's been a really good experience for our students.
Nice. And they may not have known that until they actually got to experience that in person with those internships, I guess, right?
Yes.
They thought it looked really cool maybe from television, far be it from the media to promote something that's not realistic, but once they get into it, maybe they get a more realistic view of the business and the opportunity.
Yes, sir. And it's been a great opportunity for our students to have paid internships is amazing.
Right.
That's funded through a grant, which we're hopefully going to be able to get again, but we're still working through that process. That's what Ms. Laws was talking about. We're in that double duty right now. We're celebrating, we're at the end of the year, but we're also planning for next year and master schedule and grants and so forth. So
Sure.
it's really busy.
Right. And so with that internship program, though, since it's been so impactful for your students, and if it does continue, is that something that you'd like more businesses maybe to take part in? Is that something that would open up more doors for your students if you have more businesses taking part?
Definitely. Please reach out, contact. They can either reach out to myself, Brian Dowdy at Central Office, or Catherine Olson at the high school, and we'd love to partner. We have a vast array of things. We have one student in particular. She wants to be a mortician, and she was able to work with one of our local funeral homes, and it was an amazing experience for
Right.
her. Yeah.
How cool. Very cool. Well, congratulations to them and for that opportunity. And that's district-wide, I think, too. Superintendent
Yes.
Laws, is it not? Not
Yes,
just
it
at the
sure
high
is.
school, so
Our Vista Nueva students also do internships.
get that opportunity.
Yes,
So
they sure do.
very good. Excellent. Anything else from Aztec High School, or have we covered most of your our celebrations?
The only other thing I'd like to just really
Yeah.
mention is the opportunities our kids have with dual credit and our partnership with San Juan College. Dr. Pendergrass is amazing. She's an Aztec grad too, but we have at least 16 different types of courses on campus, and lots that they can do either online or come here to San Juan College. And we have 4 of our students that are graduating with their associate's degree, or they already graduated with their associate's degree this last weekend.
They walked on Saturday, yeah, okay.
Exactly. And so that's just a great opportunity for our students to be able to just get some of that college under their belt and be able to go off and complete their bachelor's in, by the time they're 20. So it's pretty amazing.
Right, right. And as I like to say, when we talk about dual credit, it's cheaper for those families, right? Because they're
Yes,
not
it
paying the tuition. You are.
Right?
Superintendent
we are.
Laws. Yes.
Correct me if I'm wrong, but we also have 25 students graduating with at least a semester's worth
Yes.
of college credit.
College credit, nice.
So that's,
Yeah,
fantastic.
It's awesome. And a lot of kiddos, think they may have to go to a special school or something for that. But at Aztec High School, we're able to, and many of the other high schools, we're able to really offer a lot of opportunities for kids, even though we have a small clientele.
Nice, very good. Well, congratulations, and enjoy the end of the school year, and maybe a little break over the summer. A little bit.
It'll be a little bit,
A little
right?
bit, yeah.
My baby graduates this week too, so it's been a busy little bit of time,
That adds
but super
to
excited
it as well.
Yes, sir.
Very true. Well, congratulations. Wonderful.
Thank you.
Principal Saldzinski, I'm going to come to you. You've been waiting patiently, I know, and so I'd like to talk a little bit about Park Avenue Elementary School and some of the things that you've been involved with. And at the end of the school year, how are things going with your students and staff?
Busy but great. We've had a really productive year. Our school exited what is called additional targeted support and improvement from the state of New Mexico, and we're now considered a traditional school.
Okay.
So
that means that your students have done some improvements,
our
and
students
the state
have
has
had
noticed.
great improvements, and the state noticed, and the improvement continues. One of the really cool things we experienced, we've been working the past 3 years that I've been there on our master schedule, and as we've developed that, we've been paying particular attention to our English language learner students getting more time in class with their peers, not getting pulled out as much, but still getting that language support they need. And that was one of the reasons that we went to a traditional school rating. This year, our goal was for 29% of those students to exit the program at the end of the year by increasing their scores. We doubled our goal, and 58% of them actually exited the program at the
How
end
about
of
that?
the year. So it's pretty amazing. They
Congratulations.
Thank you. 37% increase from the start of the year. So it was amazing to see that.
Wonderful.
Yeah.
And so, and that means then for your English language learners, these are students that don't speak English as their primary language? Is that the idea? Or help me
When they
understand
first
that?
come to the country, they don't speak English.
Got it.
And over time, they're acquiring English skills.
Okay.
And we have a very just super group of fifth grade students who have done an amazing job of learning and acquiring those skills and performing not only on assessments, but every day they're at school and showing some great things as leaders.
Got you. And so that's where that improvement came from
Yes.
those kids.
Yes.
So terrific.
Absolutely.
Very good.
So,
What else have you been working with and on?
so we're also doing Capturing Kids' Hearts and seeing awesome things. Our kids are such ambassadors. When you come to the school, when you come to the classroom, they're the ones who do the announcements. They're the ones who dismiss in the cafeteria. They greet people at the doors in their classrooms, share their social contracts, which are their behavior rules for the classroom. So
Right.
it's really neat to see. So through that program and through everything that we've been working at a school, we saw a 24% reduction in discipline referrals from last year to this year. So just improved behavior, because it's not the teacher's school, it's not my school, it's our school. And the student ownership is just huge with the program.
So they're understanding that, it sounds like to me,
Yes.
right? And taking ownership of that, I guess, too,
Yes.
right? This is my school. Don't mess around in the hallway. It's
Exactly.
what are you doing in my school,
Exactly.
right?
Yep.
Or our school.
Yes.
Got you. Congratulations on that as well. That's exciting and going in the right direction. And what else has been going on at Park Avenue?
So we have started the Khan Academy program as well this year. Our students at Park Avenue were 4th in the nation for usage of Khan Academy and 10th in the nation for the skills that they gained this year. Because of that, when we had our visit from Khan Academy last week, they let us know that Park Avenue's usage has earned the program for free for the entire school district. So that's really exciting.
Wow.
Yeah.
Very nice.
Yeah, so my assistant principal, Mr. Riddle, led that initiative and ran with it, and it's been a really cool intervention to see.
Nice. And so for folks who maybe aren't familiar with what that means and what that program does,
Yes.
this is a training program for your school, or how would you describe it?
Well, we use it as an intervention program.
I see.
For us, it's been a prescriptive program where students are to be on it for a minimum of 60 minutes a week. The really cool thing, it's tailored to the student's skills. So they take assessments and then they get intervention based on that, specifically for math. But then we found our students in the rare times that we have indoor recess or whatever, and we said, okay, you have free time, but you can only use these programs. They've embraced it, and they're like, oh, I want to do Khan Grammar. I'm learning. And it's got a really cool AI support system that if the students aren't understanding the work, they can ask for help. It won't give them the answer. It will lead them in a discussion to make them think about how to solve the problem.
Okay.
So that's been neat to see them spending time on developing those skills rather than just, this is how you do it. It says, well, how about you change your multiplication to division, or are you remembering to use the correct order of operations, making them think about things that they know and how to apply them to solving the problem.
Got you. So they're not just sitting there stuck.
Right.
They're getting some hints,
Yes.
hints, or being told kind of how to think this through to find the answer.
Yeah, and I think the important thing with that is when you have a classroom of 24 kids and a teacher does want to work with a small group of students, you can have a group of students using that program and getting extra support in addition to the teacher's support.
Sure. Understood. And that makes sense. And so,
Yeah.
but that's a nice way to use technology, I guess, too, in the
Absolutely.
classroom, and that can
Yes.
help kids. And again, this, as you mentioned, an intervention program, which means that students having maybe difficulties with some assignments and getting them caught back up with where they should be
For
during
some
the year.
students, we actually have some students who are advanced.
Okay.
We have
So it's
some
the
fifth
opposite.
grade. Yeah, we have some fifth grade students who, I mean, in addition to their primary curriculum resource, they use this as an intervention, but they're doing 7th grade work now
Wow.
on Khan Academy. So they've just gone and just had a great time doing it and want more, and they're hungry for it.
So they are feeling, I guess, challenged in the classroom. They're not
Yes.
sitting there twiddling their thumbs and bored because they've
Right.
already done their work in 5 minutes. And so you've been able to offer them something new to challenge
Yes.
them.
Yes.
Exciting. What else
Yeah.
is going on?
Well,
Or had?
it's a busy end of year week. We have,
Right.
of course, lots of just celebratory field trips. We are doing splash pad for fifth grade today. We have a group of fifth graders who are going release trout tomorrow. They had the New Mexico Department of Game and Fish come in yesterday to talk with them about that. They did a wonderful job. And the cool thing was the guest speaker from the New Mexico Department of Game and Fish is a former student, Carly Phillips.
Oh, cool.
So that was wonderful to see an alumni in that role.
Nice. And that project, as I
yeah.
mentioned to you, I was able
Yeah.
to see it firsthand at a career day visit to Park Avenue School. That's been going on for a number of years, and so
Yes.
that's kind of cool, I think, to see it continue year after year and to be able to raise these trout and in the classroom, and the kids learn how to take care of them, I think, and
Yes, they
watch
do.
their development. And then here we are at the release day when they go into the lake, I assume.
Yeah, with the river.
River.
Yeah,
Thank you.
yeah.
That's
We
right.
actually work very closely with the Fish and Game and Fish and Wildlife departments, where they make sure they release them in the correct environment for the trout, and the kids get to learn about ecosystems and when temperature is appropriate and size and
Smart.
all of the things that go into the development of the trout.
Very cool.
Yeah.
Well, very cool. Some hands-on learning.
Yes,
is what is
absolutely.
happening. So that's
Yeah.
great. Very good.
Yeah.
Anything else that we want to share this
Big
morning?
awards ceremonies on Friday.
Uh-huh.
We have fourth grade at 8:30, fifth grade at 9:30. So we'll be celebrating our top students in reading and math, and then in our 6P awards, you'll have to catch me on which ones they are. We have perseverance, participation, those kind of things that are valuable for a kid to have in class that maybe aren't your grades,
Got
but
it.
the qualities that we want to see with our students.
Okay. And these are year-end awards that you hand out for your students?
Yeah, we actually mail invitations to the parents, so they're in secret. And the kids
Sneaky.
don't know what they'll be receiving.
Gotcha.
So, yeah.
Very cool. That's got to be fun. And the
Yeah.
parents must enjoy that too, to be able to
Yeah.
be there when their child is being awarded in that way.
Yes.
So that's terrific. Very good. Well, congratulations.
Thank you.
And thank you for being here to share all that with us this morning. We
Absolutely.
really appreciate that. Superintendent Laws, back to you a little bit to wrap up our conversation. Just a couple of minutes remaining. But as you look forward to the summer and the next school year, what are some of the things on your mind?
Well, I'm just very proud of these guys, and we have a really great administrative team, both at the sites and then at the district level. So I'm super proud of the people around me, and they definitely help make my job easier. So I think going into next year, just continuing to build off of the things that we're doing. It feels like we're in a good place, getting to a good place. So lots of great things happening, and just continuing that momentum moving forward, I think will be critical for us.
Got you. Very good. And as I mentioned to you when you sat down, this is your first school year as superintendent. And so looking back, what have you noticed? What can you say about your first year under your belt now as superintendent of Aztec
Goodness.
Schools?
Well, I don't know. I really enjoy it. It seems like there's always something. It's just kind of in with the tide, out with the tide, as my associate superintendent of HR says. But like I said, I think the people that we've surrounded ourselves with help make it all okay, regardless of what we're facing.
Right.
And so ultimately, I'm really enjoying it, and I'm happy to be here. So
Very good. Well, it seems like you're proud of your team, and you're all working together for the benefit of your students, and that's been great to see as well. And you get to celebrate this week.
yes, we sure do.
So
we sure do.
terrific. Very good. Well, thank you for coming in. Thank you for
Thank
bringing
you.
your principals with you as well. It's great to have all of you here, and have a great end of the school year this week, and enjoy a little bit of break maybe over the summer.
Yes.
And we hope you'll come back and see us again soon. Thank you all very much.
Thanks for
Thank
having
you.
us.
You're very welcome. My guest this morning from the Aztec School District with me here on KSJE. Did you enjoy that podcast? We hope that you did. And if you did, share it with your friends. And if you really want to keep podcasts like this coming, please support KSJE. You can do it easily online at ksje.com.